I sat down and I watched Christian Key's video. Before this situation, I never heard his name. I had no idea who he was. So I want to really listen to what he had to say to kind of get a feel or idea of who he is. And as I was watching his video, one of the things I noticed is that he has a lot of emotions going going on in him at this time. And what he's talking about is nothing new. This has always been going on. Back in the days, they used to call it the casting couch, where people, producers, directors, or whoever, if a person wanted a part in the movie, they would have to sleep with this person or that person, whether it be male and male, female and female, male, female. However, the dynamic was the person in higher power would make these offers or suggestions or whatever you want to call it, take advantage of these people in order for them to get a job, to get a position, to get a part in the movie. So this is nothing new. And it happens in both white Hollywood as well as black Hollywood. And you see the situation with Harvey Weinstein. A lot of people was afraid to come forward and say anything about him because he was such a powerful man.
Do you have any advice for a young girl moving to Hollywood?
I'll get live with this. Like Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party and Four Seasons stuff.
And you can see in this video with Courtney Love, she kind of hesitated before answering that question because of fear of being labeled. And that's the same thing that one of the fears I can see with Christian Keys is being labeled. He said he had been SA'd by 3 people, one person being a woman, and he did not give any descriptions on who she was, but he did say she touched his private. Another was a billionaire, a black billionaire. He went to this black billionaire to invest in his project that he was trying to get started. And he stated that the black billionaire changed out of his suits and everything and put on some pajamas, had strawberry and wine or champagne or whatever, and was trying to seduce him. He turned him down, and how he's stating it, it seemed like it was a one-off occasion, and he went ahead and left his office. And the description he gave about that black billionaire is that he stated he was going to pay off college loans, student loans for college students, to kind of give a hint of who he was. I got an idea of who he's talking about, but I'm not going to say that person's name. Then the second black billionaire, the main one, the one that he has on recording that he's talking about, I'm going to share a video, and in this video, the person is going to say the name that everyone is thinking of. Let me go ahead and play that for you now.
So, Christian Keys, an actor, model, singer, did a video recently where he disclosed about being sexually harassed by a well-known billionaire, that he was auditioning for roles and parts and God knows what. Who is he talking about? Everybody wants to know, who is he talking about? Tyler Perry, y'all. Let's just cut the bullshit. He's talking about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, obviously, in some way, shape, or form, according to his video, touched him inappropriately and frequently came after him for sex or to strip naked or do whatever. Nothing unusual about that, this happens everywhere, y'all. In every industry, and not just the acting industry, but everywhere. It's happening everywhere, y'all. This is very, very frequently. I've never cared for Tyler Perry. I remember sitting in that restaurant with Tyler Perry back in the late 90s, like 99, 2000. It had to be somewhere about 1998, 1999. And he was saying that he didn't want anyone to know he was gay because of his following, these Christian people, church-going people. And I was the only person that questioned, like, well, why would they care? No, they wouldn't follow me like that. I guess he would know since he was part of that fake bullshit. See, I'm not a Christian, and I don't particularly care for Christian people. Y'all, when I tell you I despise fake religious Christian people, in particular because they lies and the bullshit and the type of people that they are. Some of the worst enemies I've had, some of the worst, vile, most vicious, nasty, disgusting shit that has been to me came from people who are Christians in church, who sit in church every fucking Sunday like Tyler Perry. And I used to go to church and I used to see Tyler Perry over at New Beginnings Church over there, Bishop Morton. And I wave at Tyler, I'd see him back when we were cordial to each other. And I don't have nothing against Tyler Perry. I just don't like Christian fake people like Tyler Perry, you know. I don't like what Tyler Perry did, in particularly how he, you know, when you get someplace, you forget everybody else that helped you get there. And then you come up with this fake lie that you were homeless and living in your fucking car when you were activated over there on Eric Gladden's couch. Niggas, lies. I always thought, why is, but then
As you see in that video, the person is alleging that it's Tyler that Christian Keys is talking about. So from this point on, everything I'm saying in this video, for legal reasons, I'm going to say allegedly, or I'm saying allegedly. If it is Tyler, you have to think about Tyler being a billionaire compared to Christian Keys. Like I said, I know who Tyler Perry is, but I had no clue who Christian Keys was. I don't really watch TVs or movies, so I can't even say what he played in other than the Queen, it's Queen's Court. And I only know that because it's being mentioned as part of this situation that's going on. Nothing against Christian Keys, but being honest, I didn't know who he was. So it's almost like David and the Goliath. Here's Tyler Perry, a billionaire, compared to Christian Keys, who is an actor, who is trying to make it in this industry. As we see what's going on with Monique, she complained about Oprah and Tyler Perry blackballing her because she said no. When you get blackballed, they have a way, because a lot of these high billionaires, these elites, they work together, because you see this going on in the music industry, this is going on in the movie industry, and every place else you can think about, business and everywhere else. If they can stop you from getting ahead, they will stop you from getting ahead. They only want people they can control with their money. If you want to eat, you're going to have to do this, this, and this. If you want to eat in this industry, you're going to have to do this, this, and this. And so they have a way of blackballing you. So when Monique said that, then no one else really spoke up for her. Even though they knew things was going on, no one else spoke up, stood up and said, okay, we agree with you, because of fear of what might happen to them or what might happen to their career. Then now you have Taraji P. Henson speaking up about how they don't want to pay. This has been talked about with Denzel Washington. This has been talked about with Cat Williams. This has been talked about with Dave Chappelle and other actors. How when you don't want to play their game, they want to label you as being crazy. They want to label you as being difficult. They want to give everyone else out in the world who don't truly understand what's going on a reason not to like you, and a reason to want to cancel you or not have anything to do with you. So when your career falls, it's not because they're blackballing you, it's because you're either crazy or difficult to work with. So this is part of the fear that he is facing as far as not releasing the name. He seems like a person, based on the video I seen, he truly likes his job. He truly wants to be in that industry, not only being in front of the camera, but being behind the camera, writing, directing. He wants that life, and he wants it the right way. He spoke about the people that he worked with. He wants them to feel comfortable around him. He don't want them to have to feel like maybe he's trying to, essay them or get close to them or whatever. He wants everyone to feel comfortable. Any work environment you're in, you want, especially if you love your job, you want to be able to go there, do your job, have fun, have a great time, create, great work and all that, come home and look forward to getting up and going to work the next day. If you think about it, when you look at teachers, there's a lot of teachers that love their jobs. but they don't like their students because some students are very difficult to deal with. And when you try to escalate it to their parents or to the principal, nobody want to deal with these kids. And you shouldn't have to go to work and fight your student or be cussed out by your student or get back and forth with your student. So that's why a lot of teachers quit their job, but they can go somewhere else and get another job as being a teacher. But if you're blackballed as an actor, if you're blackballed as a director, if you're blackballed in that industry, there's nowhere else you can go. Or they will offer you jobs, but they'll say, oh yeah, you can have this job, but you're only going to get paid this. Who are you really going to go to and say, hey, I want to get more than they're offering me? There's no one you can really go to for help in those type of industries, in the music industry, in film and TV. Who can you really go to complain about what's going on? And like I said, they are like a tight-knit, sadistic family where they all work together. So they're not really caring about what you're complaining about because they know there's someone else who would be willing to do what you're not willing to do. You're easily replaced and they will have no problem replacing you. And so that is what I see when I look at Kristen Keys. And not only that, if it is Tyler Perry who Kristen Keys is talking about, and just like this man stated in that video, he is a billionaire who has his own production company. If SA is a felony and Kristen has evidence, then take that evidence to the authorities, and he ended up being found guilty based on the recordings and all the evidence Kristen said he has. What's going to happen to his production company? What's going to happen to the people that's working for him? What's going to happen to, the shows that he's producing and doing that? So he's also thinking about that too. He's also thinking about some of these people might actually lose their jobs. Some of these people might not have, be able to work anymore. And if he got people on his payroll that he can call up anytime to have fun with, now they're not going to be on his payroll anymore. So there will be a lot of people not liking Kristen for speaking up, not liking Kristen for producing evidence. So there will be backlash against him by certain people. Not everyone, because everyone is not going to put up with that. But a lot of people will be hurt and disappointed, not in the man, but in Kristen for standing up for himself, saying, I'm tired of this, because you could tell in the way he's talking, he's just tired. He really just wanted this man to leave him alone. Whoever this man is, allegedly it might be Tyler. He just wanted him to leave him alone. But it gets to the point where you keep saying no, 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 and you have to be careful of how you say no in that industry, because like I said, he don't want to be blackballed. And you might say that's crazy, people listen to you, but sometimes people don't, depending on who it is, and if you do or don't have evidence, because like I said, you see how they did Monique, you see how they're still doing other people, taking advantage of other people in that industry, in spite of the downfall of Harvey Weinstein, of everything he did to these people. In spite of that, this is still going on in Hollywood. More people do need to come forward, and I understand why people don't, really want to come forward or step forward, but people really need to stand up for themselves, voice, get evidence like he has, so you can have something solid to stand on and say, this is what my experience was. This is what I had to go through dealing with this person in this industry. And so I want to go over a verse with you. Matthew 16:26-27. For what will it profit a man if he gains the world and forfeit his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? For the Son of Man is going to come with his angel in the glory of his Father, and then he will repay each person according to what he has done. Proverbs 10:9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his way crooked will be found out. So nothing that these people are doing in the dark is going to eventually come to light. They can't do this forever and think they're going to get away with it. It's going to start coming out more and more and more, and these people are going to be exposed, and they need to. No one has the right to force a person to do something they don't want to do, and or keep harassing them to do something they don't want to do.